Hey guys, Loco here. I have a very special Loco recap for you today. We actually have an LEC VOD. Unfortunately, due to the schedule, I won't be able to watch the entirety of LEC, but I still want to keep up with what's going on in Europe and make sure I'm bringing you the best VODs possible. Because let's be honest, after watching some of the LEC games, my god, those teams look so much better than what's going on in LCS, and yeah, I can't wait to share some of the games with you guys. So, the VOD I have for you today is actually the inaugural game of the 2020 LEC season, G2 versus Mad Lions. So, as always, let's get started with the draft. When we look at the bans, there are some specialty bans that really are a little bit puzzling to me. The Yasuo ban from Mad Lions is a little bit weird, but considering it's G2 and its perks and caps, it actually makes sense. The Kale and the Rakan one are just really whack because I haven't seen Kale and Rakan in competitive in such a long while. I guess Rakan not as much since he can be paired with Xayah and that's still a very strong and a viable bot lane. But as for Kale, with how accelerated and fast the games are nowadays, I just don't see her being a real champion. Maybe G2's been dominating European scrims with Kale, but yeah, those bans looked really puzzling to me. As for the picks themselves, Qiyana got through, something very uncommon in NA, but it seems like the European teams are a little bit more open to playing with Qiyana. And if you look at the G2 comp overall, it's very reminiscent of what C9's doing in North America. Not a lot of tanks. The only real tank champion you can look at is Nautilus, and that's still a support champ, not really a tanky champ, and a lot of playmaking tools. Qiyana, Elise, Aatrox, Nautilus. This is a comp that's going to be hard to execute, and this is a comp that gets outscaled, but is extremely strong in the mid game. And with a comp like G2 has, you don't want to be taking fair fights. What you want to be doing is playing with the fog of war, flanking people, getting picks when people don't expect it. As for Mad Lions, they drafted what I would call a very honest comp. They have very good tanks in Braum and Ornn, a strong backline carry in Aphelios. Mordekaiser is a little bit weird. The Mordekaiser pick here is mainly to counter Qiyana in lane more so than play a key role in teamfight. But yeah, other than that, this is a very honest teamfight comp. You just want to take 5-on-5 teamfights with tanks up front and carries in the back. And to cap it off, I'm going to expect a lot of action from both teams early. They have incredibly aggressive jungle picks, Elise and Lee Sin, and all the lanes are pretty gankable. Ornn and Lee can set up ganks really well on Aatrox. Qiyana Elise, one of the best mid 2v2s right now, and also incredibly easy to gank for and vice versa. Just expect a lot of playmaking early from both teams. So the first play I have for you is Wunder getting ganked. He's playing a little bit too overeager. He doesn't recognize Lee Sin's nearby. And yeah, he's just way too deep in there. He does get a nice flash on the Ornn ult, but that's not going to be enough. He's way too deep into it. And yeah, going to be a nice first blood for Mad Lions. And also in the bot lane, you can see Braum and Aphelios 2v2 killing G2's bot lane. Man, this Aphelios champion, he's so strong when you have Severum and Chakram together, because it's so easy to build up your Chakram stacks with the Severum Q. And yeah, they're basically going to be able to kill Jankos too, who came to gank. This duo really reminds me of Lucian and Braum, an incredibly potent lane that has potential to kill people in 2v2, 2v3. The only real counter to it is just ceasing the AD carry. If not, you're in for a world of hurt. Now in this situation, we have Mad Lions starting Dragon because Perks went bot side to kind of look for a roam, but he couldn't really find it. And G2's still going to try to get something out of the situation. It's just the G2 thing to do. So they look for something on bot lane, but it's Aphelios with Chakram again, and also the turret down with the Crescendum, the sniper, so you're able to get an additional hit. Man, I'm just telling you, Aphelios didn't even use ult here. Just be extremely careful when you're fighting Aphelios with Chakram. So once again, Wunder really trying to punish the Ornn. That's kind of what you need to be doing as Aatrox, so he's not gonna notice the Lee coming by. This time he doesn't have flash for the ult. The Ornn able to land a nice ultimate, and once again gonna be a clean kill. Shadow's just really good about smelling out when Wunder's being too overly aggressive and coming down to punish. So Mad Lions swapping their bot lane topside with the priority they have, and also Lee Sin was able to get the Herald from the kill he had earlier, and they're gonna be able to get a turret plate right here, and Wunder does not want to be in this situation, 2v1ing versus a bot lane. Once they have those turret plates, they're up about 2.7k gold, and they also have a dragon. They're up 5 kills. They're in such a nice spot versus G2. Mad Lions has a comp that's going to outscale G2 due to G2 having not really good late game carries, and also being mostly 80 damage. Elise is the only champion that's really gonna do AP damage, so Mad Lions can stack armor, get a lot of ninja tabbies, and once Orin hits level 13, he's gonna be able to get masterwork items and also upgrade items for his team. It's just such a doom and gloom situation for G2. But it is still G2, they're gonna get themselves out of this hole, and I'm gonna show you exactly how they did it. So it starts with a little bit of a mistake from Humanoid. He's caught out, he ults Perked, and he feels like he can kill him one-on-one. It is a Mordekaiser versus Kiana, but he doesn't realize the rest of G2 coming in, and he should have just really flashed the wall once Perked flashed and was kind of outside of his kill range, but instead he's just going to end up giving up a free kill to G2. Now onto the next play, we see Mad Lions starting Dragon right here. G2 can't quite contest them, so they're going to be doing something a little bit different instead. Notice the Nautilus on the minimap. You see how he's like traveling in a little burst? That's him using Hook. He also has mobility boost. So once again, Humanoid does not recognize the roam that's coming at him. To be fair to him, it came really sudden. It was a 1v1, and suddenly now he has two other people jumping on top of him, and G2 is able to pick up a kill. And also, Wonder's rotating from bot side. He realizes he's in a 2v1 situation and he doesn't want to be there. So he's going to be able to get this really nice flank on the bot lane duo, able to burn the Aphelios flash and kill him. And he's going to be able to make it out just living by the skin of his teeth due to the Triumph mastery. Really nicely done from G2. That rotation really put them back in a situation where a lot of teams would have just freely gave up Dragon and not been able to get much. Like most good plays, it's not just on you playing well, but also capitalizing off of enemy mistakes and enemies getting greedy. Mad Lions, they're way stronger than G2, and they're all grouped wanting to take this Herald. But G2's once again gonna find a way to make it more favorable for themselves, even though they're weaker in a 5v5 team fight. I don't know how this team does it. So, looks like they're giving up Herald, right? Aatrox is split pushing bot lane. Senna and Nautilus hugging the bottom side of the map, just trying to get mid priority. And Mad Lions get just a little bit too greedy. They leave Lee Sin by himself trying to get Herald alone, so Perked comes in to punish, and rest of the Mad Lions are scrambling to get back here to be able to take Herald. So Jankos goes in, able to smite the Herald, and he's going to flash on top of the eye, and he's going to be able to get it. I don't know how, but they were able to get Herald when they were behind, and they weren't even grouped. And during all this, Wonder was split pushing bot lane by himself, and he's going to be able to get the turret for free. And Perk's acting so annoying right there, canceling out the Orin back. Oh my god, G2. We talked about capitalizing on enemies' mistakes, but how about capitalizing on your own mistakes? In this situation, Mad Lions already has two dragons. From their early game lead, it's really scary for G2 to give up more. Perk's flashes here, kind of a mistake, but still able to land a really nice ult, insta-giving the Aphelios. Aphelios at this point had Infinity Edge and Essence Rebirth. He's on a really strong spike. And the fact that they were able to insta-give him without him being able to fight back is so crucial for G2. So if the Mad Lion support was a little bit better and he reacted to the Kiana ult, which is a projectile with Braum shield, he would actually break her ult and be able to save his AD carry. But instead, G2 is able to take the first turret in mid lane with the Herald, and they're going to be able to pick up Dragon on top of that. A really nice goal swing for G2, and somehow they're in the lead. It's just so crazy. Perks talked about it a little bit in the mic check, but that flash from him was a mistake. I think he either didn't want to flash or was trying to flash art immediately and kind of fat fingered. So now G2 almost getting caught out. Mad Lions catching them on the tail end. Mordekaiser porting in. And the champion they actually end up getting is Nautilus. Probably not the target they wanted. They really want to get Caps here. He has a bounty. Now, Jankos also dies, but they do get to kill Cardzi. He's died twice in the last 30 seconds. And Cap's able to make a nice escape here using the Blast Print. And using the Senna Shroud, dodging the Braum ult. Able to keep his stopwatch. Oh my god, G2 gets away with murder sometimes. If I could only show you guys one play from this entire game, this would be the play I would show you. It really highlights how incredibly talented Perkz is and how synced the rest of G2 are. This play doesn't work if rest of G2 is not synced to Perkz, and this play definitely does not work if Perkz isn't as talented as he is. I cannot believe this guy played AD carry for an entire year, and he swapped back to mid, and he's playing off stuff like this. So it starts with a pretty bad Kiana ult, right? He didn't really get the AD carry. But look at what he's doing. He's right behind rest of Mad Lions and acting so annoying. The Braum and the Lee Sin constantly have to deal with him. They can't give him that easy flank onto Karzi, their main carry. Perked, gonna go back in again while rest of G2 interacting with the front line. Eats the Lee Sin kick. Still looking for that angle on Aphelios. He's gonna hop over in a little bit with the stealth and just go on the Aphelios and finally kill him. My god, as an AD carry player, as a NA fan, it's just so infuriating watching G2 play like this. They're just so good. Everyone on the team understands their role. I know I was talking mainly about Perks right here, but this play only worked because rest of G2 is so synced in terms of playing this aggro ping pong. We're going to engage on the front line, we're going to draw people in, give space for Perks to come in, and then Perks is going to get in there while dodging all the skill shots, eating all the aggro. Just so incredibly well played from everyone. They're going to get to pick up a free Baron on top of that Dragon and winning the team fight. This is where the game really swings. And yeah, G2, even though they're on a comp that gets outscaled, they're building up enough of a lead, especially by getting this Baron. It makes the game wide open. I think Humanoid is tilted at this point. He's TPing in when they're not really going to be able to get Baron. He's just TPing into suicide basically. Rest of G2 just going to be able to make it out. I guess Mad Lions getting a blue for your problems. Now, this is the final fight I'm going to show you guys. You know how in the earlier part of the recap, I talked about how G2 has a comp that's weaker than Mad Lions in a full-on 5v5 fight, right? Where if G2 isn't flanking. But at this point, G2's up about 4k gold, they have 2 Inferno, they have Baron. They can just fight however the hell they want. There's no outscaling this kind of gold lead and Inferno, and also just good coordination from G2. No one's getting insta-gib, they have good focus, and yeah, that's going to be it for Mad Lions. And that's G2 in a nutshell, one of the best mid-game teams in the world. I think we forget about how good G2 was in 2019 regarding mid-game, especially when they're behind. They just have a second mode that they turn on when they're ahead. They sometimes play like monkeys and try to see how much they can get away with, but when they do fall behind, they get so creative about getting back into the game and they become incredibly disciplined all of a sudden. I think if 2019 didn't end with FPX just shit stomping G2 3-0, then yeah, this aspect of G2 isn't underrated. Maybe it's not underrated. Maybe everyone knows how good G2's mid-game is. It just doesn't get talked enough. I think we talk a lot about their flex pick. We talk about Perks and Cap swapping. But man, G2 showing us they still have one of the best mid-games in the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Loco recap on a special LEC VOD. I think I'm going to do OG Fnatic next. Let me know in the comments for the next time LEC plays which video I should do. I'll definitely start doing it on LCK when it starts, and maybe on LPL once the whole coronavirus thing dies out and LPL gets started again. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye!